How would you personally deploy cash holdings before the implementation of a central bank digital currency to preserve wealth? Is more Bitcoin the best bet? So we think a lot about this over here because the pace at which stuff is happening. In fact, the Fed dollar, the US CBDC, just went through its first successful test. I know 80% of countries around the world, or even higher, are testing their SPY coins right now. But this is very quick and dirty. 6 steps that I'm thinking about of how you can prepare for dystopia. First of all, it kind of sums around hard assets first. Bitcoin, as you said, is the number one self-sovereign choice. Everybody gets some Bitcoin. Not pumping Bitcoin, just it's a safe bet. Second is, if you can, revenue generating real estate. And this is going to be critical as we go forward, because once the CBDC comes into place, it'll depreciate the value of cash in banks, and people are going to rush and scramble to invest in hard assets. One of them will be real estate, which I believe will drive the price of real estate up, especially revenue generating real estate, because if we do go to the SPY coin level, you're going to need cash to pay for things like food and go to the stores, Whole Foods, Walmart, wherever you go, some European grocery store, I don't know, to buy things. So you're going to need that cash flow coming in just to cover your burn, not protect your assets. Third is gold and silver. Obviously, good bet. I personally don't invest in either, but who knows? I do believe those types of hard assets will also go up fast with the advent of a central bank digital currency. Now, this next one is a little bit interesting. And it's something I think a lot about, is kind of, if you go back in time and see how people dealt with each other in the past, they built up communities. And it might be good to start building up barter relationships. For example, you could get your haircut for somebody, and in turn you give them a plumbing service, or you could trade food for electrician type services, etc., etc. The list goes on and on. Maybe you need an oil change in your car. You can barter that for something else. You can also sell services for Bitcoin. I covered that last week in last week's Q&A. Also, learn to be very self-sufficient and minimize your burn as much as possible, and figure out about how to bypass on-ramps. I also covered that in last week's Q&A as well. And start preparing for this, because this could be here in 2 years, and that's not a lot of time. So start thinking about that. Again, a strange dystopian future. You will need some digital cash. Try get it through some open ways like revenue generating real estate or some other method. And then start thinking about bartering services. Could be accounting services for legal services, and on and on and on. So that's the way I'm kind of thinking about the future.